This is me, and this is a drill that I have done 1,000 times. But today, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to allow myself to make as many mistakes as possible. Why? Well, I am a semi-pro footballer and I have played football for 10 years now. And in those 10 years, I have trained for thousands of hours trying to perfect my touch, control, and shooting. Last week, I was in Singapore for a personal coaching session, and the coach said something very interesting to me. He said that I was trying to do the drills too perfectly. But why was that a problem? Don't you want to have control over the ball? Well, spoiler alert, he was right. And I have made so much more improvement allowing myself to make mistakes than I have trying to perfect the drill. So here I am trying to make mistakes. Now, when I decided to make this video, I thought this would be a really interesting piece of knowledge to share. But what I didn't realize is that this would be one of the hardest videos that I would ever make. Because once you get good at something, I don't know if you've noticed, but it becomes really difficult to intentionally make a mistake. So, honestly, I did try to make as many mistakes as possible. It's a different story that didn't happen, which is weird because I was thinking that I would probably fall down, or at least if I did fall down, that would be the thumbnail of this video. But now that is going to be something else. So how is making mistakes going to help me get better? Well, I've actually seen it already happen in this training session that I've recorded. But before I get into that, take a look at these two clips and tell me if you see a difference.
Come on. Touch. To me. Yes. Now. Go. Well done. Good shot. Looking. Yes. First touch. Nice. Go. First control. Faster. Yes. Good. Nice. Looking. First touch.
Now, to the eye, the difference might be subtle, but for someone who was doing the drill, I can tell you for a fact that I felt a lot more free in the second clip. And the reason for this is because in the second clip, I did not care if the drill looked textbook perfect. I allowed myself the freedom to make mistakes, and I allowed myself to just flow with the ball instead of trying to fight it. And this is where things really clicked for me. Because when you give yourself the permission to make mistakes, you realize something a lot deeper. The only reason that mistakes feel so heavy in the first place is because you tie yourself to the idea of perfection. It's like a shadow that's always behind you when you're playing, whispering,
"If it's not perfect, it's not good enough."
You see, in sports, or in football in this case, the stakes are so high that players and coaches don't accept anything less than perfect. So naturally, your brain is primed to do the drill as perfectly as possible. But in doing so, you adopt a character trait that makes it nearly impossible for you to play football with freedom, and that is rigidity. Your body becomes rigid whenever you try to control your movements and control everything around you, and that makes it very difficult for you to get into a flow state, which actually allows you to play football with freedom. You expend more energy trying to keep everything in control than if you would just playing your heart out. And when you're rigid, even simple actions like receiving a pass or making a pass feel heavy, robotic, and forced. Compare that to when you're free. You are able to anticipate quicker and move faster, and you might just surprise yourself with what you can do. And this is because perfectionism is the perfect double-edged sword. Michael Jordan once said that you have to chase perfection knowing you'll never achieve it. But is that really true? Say you have the perfect game. Every touch is gold, every shot converts, every pass is accurate. You do everything right. But once you've set the bar so high, anything less than that would not be acceptable. It would be very hard to go down from there. But at the same time, going up is also impossible because that was perfect. You might have more passes, but the percentage of completion might be the same. And since this is your own standard, I'm pretty sure you would try to find ways to make that percentage better, or you would try to make the perfect better. And if you can make the perfect better, was it even perfect to begin with? Because if it was already perfect, it should not be able to get better. And at this point, perfect just seems like an illusion. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just an unreasonable standard that we've created in our minds. Whenever it's convenient for us, we use it to procrastinate. Whenever it's convenient for us, we use it to feel bad about ourselves. Because perfection is the only goal in life that even if you achieve it, you will still feel empty. If you hit it, you can't go any higher. If you don't hit it, you feel like you failed. Either way, it robs you of progress, fun, and joy. And let me tell you a little secret about this session that I filmed. Although I tried to make as many mistakes as possible, that was actually really hard to do. And not just because of the reason that I mentioned before, but also because I had primed my mind to make mistakes. I'm being completely honest when I say that I was trying to do those drills as fast as possible. Heck, I even hoped that I'd fallen so that I'd have a good thumbnail for this video. But I didn't fall, so I had to pick a different thumbnail. And the mistakes didn't happen for the exact same reason that you are unable to do every single drill perfectly every single time. Because football, like life, it exists in this weird in-betweens. Your body naturally finds a balance point. It doesn't allow you to be flawless, but it also doesn't allow you to be a disaster. And that's why no matter how much I tried to mess up the drills, my training instincts kicked in and it made sure that I didn't completely mess it up. It's almost like your hours of repetition creates a safety net. Now don't get me wrong, even till this day I have high standards. Even till this day when I do my drills, I try to do it to the best of my ability. But I have played enough football for enough hours to know that if I allow myself to make mistakes, I will probably do better. It helps take the pressure off of you from having to be perfect to just having to be better. And this applies to every area of your life. Because at the end of the day, progress beats perfectionism every single time. And maybe the goal isn't to be perfect. Maybe the goal is to have the courage to be imperfect. Thank you for watching. I hope you've gained something valuable from this video.